All right, let's dive into a tangled story of romantic suspense. We're talking about a 20-year-old secret that threatens to just completely blow up a passionate love affair, and a second chance that comes with a pretty devastating price tag. It's a story that really makes you ask, what would you do if you found out the life you're living isn't actually your own?
So, let's set the scene. We're in the fog-draped town of Eldridge Cove, where the Atlantic is just constantly chewing away at these black cliffs. This line right here? It's from our main character, and it just perfectly captures that chilling, haunting vibe. This is a place where the past isn't just a memory. No, it's more like a ghost, just waiting in the wings.
Okay, so our story kicks off with two people who are, for their own reasons, drawn to ruins. Both of them are haunted by a past that's left them pretty shattered. On one side, you've got Elena Voss. She's an artist, and she's hiding out from a really bitter divorce in this crumbling old lighthouse. And on the other side, Alexander Hale. He's an architect who fixes up old houses, but he's secretly obsessed with the stories they hold. You can already see it, right? They're like two broken pieces of a puzzle that's long been forgotten, and they're about to click back together. When they meet, their connection is, well, it's instant. It's this fierce, passionate romance that feels like it was destined to happen, right there against this dramatic backdrop of the sea and the cliffs. But pay attention to that last word, desperation. That kind of hints that this whole whirlwind love story might be built on something pretty fragile. And, just as it seems like this perfect romance is starting to bloom, the first cracks start to show. And some deeply buried secrets, well, they start clawing their way to the surface.
The very first sign that something is wrong comes when Elena finds this old, tarnished silver locket. And inside, she finds a photo of a woman who is her absolute spitting image. This is the first real clue that Alexander's past isn't just a story he tells. It's a living, breathing mystery. So of course, Elena confronts him. And Alexander's answer? It's short, it's cagey, and honestly, it's chilling. The sea took her. And that's it. He just shuts down the conversation. But those four little words, they open up a total floodgate of suspicion, hinting at a secret that's way more dangerous than she could imagine. And then, things really start to escalate. Anonymous, threatening letters start showing up under her door. And then comes the bombshell, a newspaper clipping from 20 years ago. It details a boating accident, a woman who survived but with amnesia, a drowned man, and his surviving brother, a guy named Alexander Hale. All these clues, all these breadcrumbs are leading to one unavoidable place. Elena starts digging, piecing together library archives, local gossip, and she's about to force a confession that will completely shatter everything she thought she knew about her life. And then, it all just clicks for Elena. The woman in that old photo, the survivor from the accident, that whole forgotten past, it was her, all of it. She'd been living this whole life as Elena Voss, a name someone gave her after amnesia wiped her memory clean. She realizes her entire identity was a lie. Cornered, Alexander finally spills the devastating truth. As you can see here, 20 years ago, he, his identical twin brother Marcus, and Elena, who, by the way, was engaged to Marcus, were in this horrible boating accident. Marcus was presumed drowned, Elena lost her memory, and Alexander, eaten up by guilt and a secret love for her, he just let her go. He watched from a distance as she built a whole new life, never thinking fate would actually bring her back to him. Elena's world just implodes. I mean, can you imagine? This accusation really captures the sheer depth of his betrayal. He didn't just lie to her. He let her live a complete fiction. Their whole relationship, she realizes, was built on a stolen life. Her life. But wait, just when you think all the secrets are finally out in the open, the story delivers its most shocking twist yet. Turns out, the ghost that's been haunting Eldridge Cove isn't just a memory. It's flesh and blood, and it is back for revenge. A key she finds in one of those threatening letters leads Elena to a storage unit. And inside, she finds journals. Marcus's journals. The entries are recent, and they reveal a chilling truth. He didn't drown. Nope, he faked his own death and has been watching them this whole time, sending the threats and just plotting his return. So as Elena confronts Alexander with this brand new horror, a voice cuts through the wind. A man who looks identical to Alexander steps out of the shadows. Yep, it's Marcus Hale. The final piece of the puzzle falls into place.
Alexander wasn't just hiding from a memory, he was hiding from a living, breathing ghost. So now we see the two brothers face to face. They're identical on the outside, but inside they are polar opposites. Alexander, the quiet shadow, who's been carrying around 2 decades of guilt, and Marcus, who used to be the charming golden one, now just twisted and consumed by this festering need for revenge.
And it all comes to a head. The confrontation just explodes into this violent fight right on the edge of the cliff. But at the most critical moment, as Marcus slips and is about to be taken by the sea for real this time, Alexander makes a choice. He saves his brother. He chooses forgiveness over vengeance, and that one act changes everything.
So after that storm of lies and revelations, what's left? Is it even possible to rebuild a love that was founded on such a massive deception? Well, healing isn't easy. It's a slow, deliberate process. Marcus chooses to get therapy instead of going to prison, and Elena and Alexander, they begin this painstaking work of rebuilding their relationship, brick by painful brick, but this time on a foundation of brutal, difficult honesty.
And this is the real takeaway. They don't get a happy ending by just erasing the past. They get it by accepting the past. Their future isn't about forgetting the ghost, it's about learning to live with them, to acknowledge the darkness that was there and still choose love anyway.
So this story leaves us with this one last haunting question that kind of sticks with you. It's about love and identity and forgiveness. If a new beginning is born from such a profound lie, can it ever be truly real, or will it always be defined by the deception that created it? Something to think about.